Shalom, Jake. Shalom. Now we're going to get into this video. Let me show you. This video is dealing with Palantir. Now, it say I worked at Palantir, the tech company reshaping reality. This is fair use, fair use. Now, when you hear what they got to say, they're telling you, and they ain't hiding it. We keep telling you this man is Dr. E. They're embracing the bad guy image of the tech company world. They're telling you, look, we're willing to be pretty much what they're saying in a roundabout way. We're willing to be the bad guy if that's what we need to do. Okay? And in the midst of that, what are they doing? They're stealing everyone's data and they're getting contracts for it. They're in everything. This is why these jakes that are running around, they committing these crimes, they know who you is. They just didn't come and get you. And they're going to use that as leverage against people. Remember the Bible, it says, if they kept, it says, the servant is not greater than the master. If they kept his sayings, they surely keep ours. Actually, I'm going to get it since I brought it up. But yeah, they're embracing being a bad guy. If that means heads going to roll, they're going to be able to find out who American adversaries are. They're willing to do whatever. And listen to what they had to say. But we're going to get some scriptures. We're going to get into this. John 15, verse 18. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So let's go and get into this. Barakatah Hawa, Barakatah Hawashah, Barakatah Hawa, Barakatah Hawashah, Barakatah Hawa, Barakatah Hawashah. Call Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Bashem Rakahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Shalom and salutation to those who teach the likewise doctrine. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua. Shalom to the scattered Israelites across the four corners of the planet. May the Most High and the Son be with you during these trying times. Now, yeah, let's get into this. Listen to what this man has to say. Now, this is fair use, and I didn't know this company had been around this long. They've been around for a minute. I'm going to put the video down in the comment section. They even go into them allegedly being responsible for what happened with Osama bin Laden. Okay? Now, I don't remember where that part of the video is, but it's certain parts of this video I want you to hear because they're embracing now being a bad guy. If that means that people got to disappear, heads got to be lobbed off, America's enemies destroyed, foreign and domestic, this is where they at. Okay? So they're telling you, look, we're going to reshape this place and we're going to turn this place into a digital police grid. Okay? That is where this place is headed at. Let's go. And hey, Palix Bones was right. He told you this was going to happen. All right? So these people breaking these laws, they know who's doing what. They just not going at them because they small fries. But eventually they will go at the people like that. And they're going to come at us to teach the scriptures. Destroying those that fear the Lord. Okay? So yeah, let's go and let this play.
You know, we can never. I'll tell you, the closest thing to an answer is there are.
It's easier for their customers to collect and analyze data, and then act on that analysis with and without AI. By 2013, 10 years after their founding, Palantir's client list included the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the Marines, the Air Force, Special Operations Command, and more.
Did your company help to track and kill Osama bin Laden?
You know, we can never. I'll tell you, the closest thing to an answer is when you look at when you open the paper and look in the news about these kind of things, there's a 2/3 chance, depending on the country involved, that somehow my company was involved.
Fundamentally, the mission that is pushed to employees is that.
Now, did you hear that? He said there's a 2/3 chance, and it's odd that he talk about the 2/3. I want you to say something about 2/3, but I want you to hear what else he's going to say. Okay? So he can't admit it because it'll create a firestorm. But he's saying it in a roundabout way. Now listen to what else he got to say.
We're solving the world's hardest problems and supporting Western institutions. That is the main driver of sort of this militaristic culture that is developed inside of Palantir.
If you do not feel comfortable supporting the legitimate efforts of America and its allies in the context of war, don't join Palantir.
This entire message of we are the most lethal, we are the most able to surveil and process large amounts of data.
You have created the system which you call kill chain.
Privately. Publicly, the lawyers have some innocuous something like tech for the amelioration of
And see, they talk about a kill chain, so I looked that up. Let me show you what it's saying. Now, this is the AI overview. A kill chain is a framework that breaks down an attack into a series of discrete steps originating from military strategy and adapted for cybersecurity. Now, the crazy thing is that when you go onto it, look at all the different stuff it deals with. It can deal with reconnaissance, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control, action and objectives. Now, they're going to use these kill chains, like they said, foreign and domestic, to track down people. Okay? If someone tried to do something, you know how they talk about this pre-crime stuff and using these different forms of AI, they're going to use this for the pre-crimes unit, and they're going to use this to come at the ordinary people. They're going to come at the jakes too. Okay? And they're going to be knocking on people's doors. But see, we don't have nothing to worry about because all we do is teach the Bible. If there's an issue with us teaching the Bible, which we know they're going to have an issue with it because we're chanting down their strongholds, then it is what it is. Okay? Because this is what we chose, the Most High chose us. But hey, this is our lot, right? And hey, you know what it says, right? In order for us to partake and be servants in Yahweh Shai's glory, we got to go through the whole thing. Okay? And if that means some of us may taste death, that's just what it is. All right? And we don't mind losing our life. We tired of this place already. I know I am. I just don't admit it as much. Okay? Because you can see everything wrong from A to Z here. Everything from the food, the way of life, the finances, everything. The air, the food, the water, everything has been adulterated. Okay, and literally, this place is not but a place of death. All right, let's get back to it. Let's let this finish playing. But they're embracing literally the bad guy role, and they're telling you in a roundabout way. They're not telling you exactly, but read between the lines. And I'm gonna let it play. I want you to hear what he's gonna say.
Wanted, blah, blah, blah. some term we're supposed to use.
Okay, let's...
for me, it's the kill chain.
Kill chain sounds good.
Kill chain isn't an original term created by Palantir. It's the more general military verbiage for the series of decisions leading from identifying a target to taking their life. Palantir's contract added their software and artificial intelligence to the kill chain.
It's quicker and better and safer and more violent.
It's tech that Juan helped market.
It reduces the distance you have to the problem, but when you're able to take a step back and really see all the narratives and how they were shaped and the actual application of these technologies, your whole world starts falling apart, which is something that, definitely happened to me.
And this guy used to work for him, man. He seen all the stuff they was doing, and he was like, it's too nefarious. It's too nefarious. Now, see, they wear these glasses. They look like they super smart because they nerds. But no, these people, these are some of the most evilest people on the planet. Okay? They even tell you in the scriptures, never trust a person with a bald face and a smile any damn way. Okay? Hebrews 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. And see, they know this. Okay? They know that they're on the last leg of their kingdom. Okay? Let's get back to the story. All right.
Juan didn't leave Palantir entirely for ethical reasons. He just got another job. But the reason he eventually started speaking out against Palantir came after watching the Israeli invasion of Gaza following the October 7th attacks. Palantir has contracts with the Israeli Defense Forces. The exact nature of the contracts is opaque, intentionally, but there is evidence to suggest that Palantir's artificial intelligence tech was used for selecting targets in Gaza. CARP doesn't mind the controversy. In fact, it's part of the marketing.
Palantir will even pick up the projects that other companies rejected for political reasons.
We are very comfortable being unpopular.
CARP doesn't think controversy will lose Palantir customers.
Yeah, see, they don't have a problem with that. They don't mind embracing being the proverbial bad guy. See, and pretty much what's going to happen is it's going to lead this man just coming out as he's starting to come out now and tell you, yeah, we know that we the damn devil. Do something about it. And hey, we know Yahweh Shah, the Most High's right hand, is going to do something about it. Okay? It's going to let this play.
Whatever is pissing them off, they're still buying the product.
Wendy's hired Palantir to help with their supply chain. Palantir works with health insurance companies to build AI for denials management to protect revenue.
Do you want Palantir's AI making decisions about what care is covered for you and your loved ones?
They also
So now they're using AI to deny your insurance claims. You see this? This is allegedly what this is saying when you read between the lines. And see, I lost my last child. I don't wish that on nobody. You supposed to go before your child does. You see that? It's going to let this finish playing.
do business with for-profit hospitals, major investment banks, and even other defense contractors. In 2024, Palantir brought in nearly $2.9 billion in revenue, 55% of which came from government sources, with the vast majority being American. So let's look at their pitch to the American government. Last year, Palantir CTO Sham Sankar put out a presentation and white paper called The Defense Reformation. He cites The Last Supper, which was a secretive 1993 meeting between defense industry executives and the Deputy Secretary of Defense. Over a dozen companies walked in, and only a few walked out.
You see, they be mocking the scriptures. The Last Supper. And listen to what else they're going to say.
That dinner is often cited as the origin of our consolidated military-industrial complex.
And to me, I think this was the definitive moment that kicked off the financialization of defense. From that point forward, it became all about buybacks and dividends and leverage ratios.
Criticizing the financialization of the defense industry, calling out stock buybacks, that doesn't sound like a defense executive. That sounds more like the exact argument about the defense industry that we have made before.
I think what's interesting to me about Palantir is how they co-opt the language of revolution.
But Sankar's argument did work on somebody, Uncle Sam. The Defense Innovation Board, an advisory group within the Department of Defense, cited Sankar's presentation multiple times in their 2024 report on why the DoD needs to divert more of their budget to emerging technology. That's giving money to Palantir. There's a reason Palantir just replaced Ford Motors in the S&P 100 in the months after Trump was elected. The Trump administration is an ideal customer for what Palantir is selling. First, there are many former Palantir employees sprinkled across the Trump administration, from inside Doge to foreign policy advisors to high-level technology appointees. And Palantir co-founder Peter Thiel, heavily invested in the company, is also heavily invested in President Trump and Vice President Vance. He was a major campaign donor to both. Then the stated goal of Doge is to streamline and combine government data, which is exactly what Palantir does.
The ways that the government is defrauded is that the computer systems don't talk to each other.
And obviously, Karp is loving it.
Disruption, at the end of the day, exposes things that aren't working. There'll be ups and downs. This is a revolution. Some people can get their heads cut off. Like, you know, it's like we're expecting to see really unexpected things and to win.
And what is...
You hear that? He say some people won't get their heads cut off. And hey, though he probably don't know what it means, we know what it means. We're going to play it one more time.
winning, according to Palantir? This is...
Some people can get their heads cut off. Like, you know, it's like we're...
You see that? And that's where all this is headed at. Okay, because those of us who believe in Yahweh Shah, eventually, hey, that may happen. Hold on, Jake. Yeah, see, AI just came on as I was talking. You see? See, they listening to what we saying. Okay? But that's fine, though. Because the Most High is listening, too. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So we're going to play that one more time. I'm going to get some scriptures and leave it there.
We're expecting to see real, in the end of the day, exposes things that aren't working. There'll be ups and downs. There's a revolution. Some people can get their heads cut off. Like, you know, it's...
Hey, and we know eventually it's going to get around to that, because we're not going to accept this technology. We're not going to accept the MOTB, Most High willing. Right? So we're going to get some scriptures. We're going to leave it there. But yeah, hey, they even go more in depth in this video. Okay, so remind me, I'll put it down in the comment section. I'm going to get some scriptures and leave it there, Jake. Obadiah 1 verse 3, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, will thou not leave some grapes? And what do these people say? They say you're going to own nothing and be happy. You see that? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And see, the Most High is exposing this man on every level now. Okay? Now, ultimately, they is going to try to literally have people's heads lobbed off. These alleged AI guillotines. Okay? A lot of different things are going to happen. And as you can see, these things are speeding up, actually, as we speak. So, yeah, Jake, we're going to get one more scripture and leave it there. Obadiah 1 verse 8. Shall I not in that day, said the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? So, as you're seeing, even though they getting this, they using this this AI on the left hand side, these other nations around Babylon, they getting stronger using that AI too. Okay, and all these nations are ready to come against this place. Obadiah 1 verse 9, and the mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Oh, and China told America that Venezuela is literally a red line. But you know how Dr. E do. They don't care because they prideful. They done crossed all Russia's red lines. All right, now India dumping the dollar because of what Trump Nero said. A lot of things are happening, man. All right. This place is in trouble. It's a serious trouble, especially with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Obadiah 1 verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You see that? And yeah, like I said, they're telling you, look, we're the proverbial bad guy, okay? And we don't give a damn if you don't like it. Okay, and they're pretty much telling you that we're eventually coming, foreign and domestic. Okay? Now, hey, get ready for them AI guillotines, because we know that allegedly they already here. So we're going to let this play. I'll see you again real soon, Jake. Call Halal, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.
Is loving it.
Disruption at the end of the day exposes things that aren't working. There'll be ups and downs. There's a revolution. Some people can get their heads cut off. Like
Shalom. We may have to lose our heads ultimately.